Hey, it's Mike. Welcome back, and I've got a couple things to share with you. First of all, I want to welcome a few members into the membership site. So we've got Brad Robinson from Kansas. We've got Chris from Australia. We've got Clara from Portugal. I saw Clara on here earlier from Lisbon, Portugal. Fantastic, thank you. Also have Dennis from Gladstone, Oregon. We've got Leza from Texas, Lori from Texas. Oh, thank you, Lori. Mariah from California, and look at this, Thomas from Denmark. So once again, we've got this international community. Thank you very much. And I wanted to show you a picture. If we can go to the computer screen here, switch to that. I want to show you what's remaining left in stock now. That's Pam Hendrickson, who for 20 years worked at Tony Robbins. She was responsible for putting together this beautiful physical package of Author Expert Marketing machines. But you can see, if you had seen an earlier photo, we had more than 3 times that many boxes just 2 days ago. So we are running out. So if you want to get a copy of this, you can come back to me. Make sure you sign up right now. Click that yellow button. You can see that we've got a lot of people who've jumped on board. They've got access to the system. They're in there learning. They're getting trained. They are meeting other members from all over the world who are here to help you succeed. So just think about this. I mean, if you got your first book written and you'd say, look, I need a little help. Is there someone out there who'd be willing to review and check out my book? I'd be happy to review or check out your book. You got access to a whole bunch of people who have the same vision and goal you do, being able to leverage a group of other authors, experts, speakers, consultants, coaches who are very interested in the products and services that you're selling as well. Just know that this is the fastest way to get you from where you are to where you want to go. So having said that, I want to introduce you to someone who is really, really special. One of my very best friends. We spent more than 10 years together. I've probably spent more time with him than my own wife. I can still say that even to this day. And that's because he was my business partner at the original digital cafe in Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota for over 10 years. We met each other. We were just talking about this 25 years ago. It was either yesterday or today, I believe. Anyway, let me hand me your book there, Dean, so I can properly introduce you. This is going to happen. There we go. That's magical. Now, Dean has been teaching other CEOs and executives how to present. And basically, Dean is a filmmaker. Now, when I met him, he and his brother John had made 5 feature-length science fiction movies before they graduated from college. And I met him, and I'm just this computer geek guy, and we started working on movies together. In fact, going back a little bit, we actually were mentored by Dan Buchanan, who worked with the Coen brothers in their original movie Blood Simple. So that actually will take us back a little while. Anyway, what Dean did is he took his knowledge, his experience and expertise, started working with executives and teaching them presence on stage, teaching them how to connect with an audience, and he's since gone off to help businesses essentially win over $2 billion worth of business with his skills and talent. He's also taught spies how to actually build characters, so when they're working in a situation, a very dangerous situation, they actually have real characters that they have to manage and maintain. So they don't die, but they're actually serving our country. So with that being said, welcome my friend, Dean.
Oh, buddy, this is awesome.
Yeah, welcome to the original, or the new digital cafe.
Yeah, the new digital cafe. It looks better than the digital cafe we had.
Exactly.
And do you remember we didn't take a Saturday or Sunday off for the first 2 years
I do
that we
remember.
were in business?
I don't remember that specifically.
I remember,
but
I took off a Sunday. I took off a Sunday, and Mike almost fired me from the business because I took a day off.
Yeah, no, I was a bad person. But here's what's important is, like, Dean did all the creative stuff, and I was doing all the techie stuff, and we went on to basically do something very unusual. We were one of the first interactive marketing agencies in the world.
Dude, we put the first CD-ROM in Rolling Stone magazine.
Yep.
We did some of the first Hollywood movie promotion for Godzilla, Die Hard 3. We did the first computer game in a cereal box.
That's right.
Had a lot of industry first, and actually, if I can leverage that right into platform for a second,
yeah,
something just absolutely critical for everybody to understand. I don't know about you, but during those years, I was all team. I put all of my energy into building the platform for Digital Cafe, not for myself.
Okay.
And then when we sold that company, it was like cutting my legs off.
Yeah.
I didn't build a platform.
You didn't have
for
a platform.
Me. And so I basically sold my everything. And
Yeah.
I was lost because I didn't have a platform. It's taken me so long to build that back.
Yeah.
And now one of the things I learned, and everyone who's an author out there better pay attention to this, build your platform for you, because you're going to be out there. You have to promote. Now, if you have a platform for yourself, you can promote your products, your company, your books, all the people you care about. But you want to make sure that you have that platform for yourself. And oh my gosh, I have a better answer than ever before for why I haven't done it right for so many years. You didn't come out with this until now.
Yeah.
You know, I would have done this, but I love the way I did it. But it took many years longer.
Yeah, how many years has it been?
I think it was about, well, it's been 10 years of building this new business. You know, I made a feature film. Warner Brothers picked it up. I started training spies for the government in acting skills, and then I went into business. And now, you know, without the platform, I didn't even know you could make money as a speaker. I spoke for almost 5 years for free.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what that did, though, is I would speak, and then I would build business. I would get clients, and those coaching clients would lead to company clients. So in one way, doing a speech led to $20,000, $30,000 of business, but I never got paid for that event. You know, and now, you know, I get $5-7 grand for a speech. That will sell products, that will sell clients, that will sell coaching. So one speech, one 90-minute event is a $20,000 or more, $30,000 experience because I have a platform.
Finally. So let's show a couple of your parts and pieces.
Yeah.
So maybe, again, to put this in perspective, so here's what happened. Dean and I had our business together, Digital Cafe. We sold it to a large advertising agency, and if we can, let's make sure someone over on the other end brings over some copies of the Bill's Gun Shop movie. We'll do a little raffle in a little bit. How's that? We'll give something away. I still have a couple of boxes of those. But here's what happened. We sell the business. I go off and started doing online marketing, and Dean continued to pursue his film career, and also I wanted to leave Minnesota. Okay, nice place to be from, couldn't stand the weather. So, and I met Vivian, we ended up getting married, and we chose San Diego as our place, where Dean stayed in St. Paul. He's got 2 boys and his wife, Kim. So, here you are, and really, all you got is your name and going out and hustling customers, one at a time.
First, since Digital Cafe became something else, I had to explain what that was, and then try to tie myself to it.
Right.
So, you know, the way I started was I had a skill, and I had kind of a raw talent. I had just amazing luck working with anyone under pressure. I didn't exactly have a process. So I spent years in the trenches training people, working with sales teams, working with CEOs, working with people under pressure, and building the process and speaking about it. Almost all the business I built was built by the instant credibility you get as a speaker. And let me make this short, but you know how you go and network? I didn't know how to network, and one thing I found is, okay, so you go to networking events to meet people and build business. Well, instead of going networking, when you're networking, you say, hey, do you guys need a speaker in a month? Every networking group, there's thousands of them, they all need speakers, and they all have months that aren't booked. So I stopped going to networking events unless I was the speaker. So that's how I went. So then suddenly I'm speaking everywhere. Now, of course, I was doing it for free, but at least I was building business. And so it was the first 5 years, my partner Pete Makalek and I, networking and positioning ourselves to be the speaker at every networking event. And that's kind of how we started and built enough business to have a company.
Yep. So here you are, and again, what you didn't have then, imagine how much easier it would have been if when you went, you'd say, look, I brought a copy of my book for everyone here. If you just give me your business card when you leave, I'll give you a copy of my book.
Yeah, can I put some numbers on this? Okay, so I'm speaking and I'm making nothing for it, and then I'm gonna try to leverage business out of that, and that's working. Well, this year I wanted to do my rate is about $5 or $7 grand to speak, but there was a group I kind of wanted to speak to them because they could represent business, and I was trying to get $3,000, you know, just less, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't foot $3,000. It was just too much to pay for a speaker. So then I told them, hey, well, I've got this book. This will really help them. So I agreed to do the speech for $2,000. but I asked them to buy books for everybody in the audience.
Awesome.
Now, once that was the author speaker, they got twice as many people, and the number of books that they bought doubled. And then I said, well, hey, I've got these action guides that go with it, and I've got CDs and DVDs that come in a kit.
Yeah, show us let me hold up some of the
Yeah,
other
so this is the action guide, it's the step-by-step instruction to adapt the book.
Right.
I've got a CD emergency kit. I've got a CD that's tips from the set. I've got a DVD that is me putting everything into motion, and then I have the audiobook. So then they bought kits for everyone in the audience.
Right.
So so they couldn't afford $3,000 a speaker, but I made $12,000 to give that speech because I had all this stuff. Now all this stuff is going to add value to people's lives, get me in their lives. Throughout, it helps, adds value, but it's going to bring more business. I'm going to land 10, 12 coaching clients out of that, and some of those people are going to take me into their businesses.
Right.
It's
So
probably $50,000 out of that 90-minute thing. They couldn't afford $3,000, but they could afford $12,000 for all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's all going to market me and allow me to get my outreach out so much more.
Right. So here's something. If you're watching, Dean, first of all, give him a hand. We got a whole bunch of people saying you're very handsome. They love you.
Got to tell you, I love that. Is my wife on watching this?
I don't see her so far, but if Kim's on, make sure she says something. So here's what I want to share with you is, inside the portal, I actually interviewed Dean and went through the entire system with him. I actually coached him, and he also talks about speaking with presence, because his book, Winning Presence, is all about that. Now, what you're going to see is Dean's product that you see right here. The digital version will all be featured and available in the Digital Cafe store. His book is going to be featured in Digital Cafe store. And I've already asked him to speak at our live event that's taking place in February.
I can't wait.
So now just imagine what this could do for you. So first of all, you've seen what Dean did, where before it was basically he was doing one-on-one, struggling, going to a meetup and just handing out business cards and hoping something could happen. Going to now, if he goes, he's this featured speaker. Yeah. And not only getting paid, but he's able to sell his products there. No product, no money, no book, no big speaking gigs. He gets twice as many people to show up because he's got his book.
And Mike, can I say, I swear to God, I am not really driven by money, and the proof of that is I worked the first 3 years without any money. I did this work because it felt so good to make a difference, and I felt important in the world. But I did learn an important thing. If I can't sell myself to you, I can't help you.
Right.
So I had to make this merger between these two ideas. I'm here for helping others, but selling is part of helping. And now, those two things are very compatible. Mm-hmm. I never didn't want to make money. It's just that isn't what drives me. It never has been. I don't care. I don't need any more things. Mm-hmm. I just want to make a difference. Right. But I can't. It's so much easier with the platform, and I'm doing my next products through your product. Mm-hmm. I have got to use the marketing machines because I don't want to go through what I had to do to get these things done again. And what's funny is one of my favorite things. It's one part of the kit. It's one of these audio CDs. It's the emergency kit. This is one of the best things. It's a CD that goes through the top 10 problems that speakers face when they're trying to, when they're under pressure.
Right.
And I made that product in 35 minutes. It's one of the best things that I've done.
But what enabled you to be able to make this in 35 minutes? Is how many people did you consult with and go through this?
A lot of it was I watched your Traffic Geyser tips.
Oh, okay.
So I study, and I had to reframe my whole idea of what a product is. But what a product is genuine, useful information delivered authentically. Mm-hmm. It's not about it's the same length whether I put 10 years or 35 minutes into it. Yep. But some of the best stuff can come from your heart activated around something simple and straightforward. And I had to simplify my idea of what a product was, but the value that's coming from some of the things that I made, it's really tremendous, and I'm excited. Like, I can't wait to give it to people. I can't wait for people to have it. And so this is just a very exciting time, and I think what you bring is going to turn 10 years into 10 months, 3 months, less. I'm doing my next products your way.
Yeah,
but there's a piece of your way in the stuff that I did because I've been watching you. I couldn't help but notice. We get out of the Digital Cafe. Mike's everywhere. Your name is everywhere, and I'm kind of like, where where'd my name go? You know, my name got stuck in the old platform because I didn't build one. So then so now it's a really different world, and I credit you for that, even though it's going to be the next ones that are going to go faster.
Yeah, well, it's here's the thing is
I push the yellow button.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You heard it from Dean. So that's easy. Push the yellow button. You get Dean in the box.
Yeah, I actually am in there. Yeah, that's great.
Dean's
Dean's
in the membership side. It's awesome. Well, this is, I think, for everyone watching, you know, getting inside the product, the reason why we interview the people we interview, they're actually clients and customers who are rapid implementers. And the reason why they get our attention is because they have success stories.
Wait. Did you just call me a rapid implementer? I'm like,
well, you're
I'm
10 years.
5 years.
You're a laggard. Here's the thing.
Exactly.
You had an in. We got some
exactly.
history together. That makes a big difference.
I don't quite deserve that, the rapid implementer, but I am an implementer.
But I'll tell you what you did do is, you know, I've been on your tail for a long time, I'll say, and I said, Dean, you have to write a damn book. Dean, you got to make a product. And you're like, what am I going to make a product about? And I'm like, how many people have you helped? How many business people have you helped?
Yeah,
and
hundreds, thousands of people, hundreds of companies, $2 billion worth of win, and I still didn't feel worthy. You know, it's like, and my
that's what therapy's for.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I got authorized for marketing. I
got to put a plug in for Lori Flacker from Saltar Solutions. She's my business advisor. She said, Dean, you don't even have to write a good book. Listen to you're an all. She loves Mike Koenig's, and so she's like, listen to what he's saying. Write a book. Just write any book. It doesn't have to be good. So I set out initially to write a bad book because that's the best I thought I'd be able to do. And I got into it, and I wrote a good book. I really did. And
you're a great writer. You always have been.
But I didn't know that. I didn't know that until I went for it. But it was much easier than I thought. It was it's much easier. I've already done with my second book, and that was like nothing compared to the first one. But I learned a term here from Paul. What, thump value? Can we have a wide on this? I just want to show you the thump value. I've never heard that term. Look at that. Now that's a substantial, that's a thump book.
That's a whack-a-diddle-do.
I never heard that term before.
But it's valuable. So here's one question I have is for someone who is struggling. I want to show your skill set here a little bit and feature you, which someone who's struggling, either finding their authentic voice and finding the courage to break free and break through where they are right now. Who's like, it's nice to meet Dean. It's nice that he's Mike's friend and stuff like that. But I don't know if I can see myself jump through the hurdles and get my book written and actually, create a product and get out there and speak and present. What do you say to someone who's stuck in some fear and doesn't have that courage right now?
Right. Well, I mean, I think that a big part of the fear is fear drags your attention onto yourself. And the answer is always focusing on who you help. And when you think about it, if you have fear, you're going to have to face the fact that courage is better than fearlessness. Fearlessness is doing what you're not scared to do. And there's no big deal. I do things I'm not scared to do every day. But what's really, really impressive is doing what I am scared about. And what I really, really need to do is realize that it's as simple as this. You help someone, right? You do something and the product or the service, whatever you're offering, your knowledge, that is there to help somebody. So this isn't about you. It's about the people you help. So think of it this way, in story structure. The story has the main character of them, the people you help. This is their story. And they are in a not so happy beginning. They have a challenge right now. You are the hero in their story because you offer something that will help them get to a better place. So forget about making yourself famous. Focus on the main character that you can help and be a hero for them to guide them to where they need to be. That's what you do. And part of my heart started beating. I started getting nervous coming up here. I always have to deal with the fear. But when I got here, it was really simple. I appreciated you. I have to, and actually I appreciated you, I appreciated the set, I appreciated the people that are viewing, listeners, and as a result of that, I moved my attention off myself onto them. So those would be my two quick fixes. Yep. Appreciate to get the attention positively onto the people you help, and be the hero in the middle of getting them it's all about getting them where they need to go.
Yep. No, that's it's having a servant's mind, a servant's mentality, and that is the secret to, I think, courageousness in this
Absolutely.
Case. And it also gets you up in the morning, especially when you've got 5 or 10 or 100 or 1,000 people who are suddenly depending on you and depending on your products and services. And you see that when you do a couple things, it actually positively affects a large number of people.
Exactly.
If that isn't enough to get you up in the morning, I don't know what else is. And the financial rewards are secondary, like you say.
Right.
You know, I know I have a tendency to talk about the money.
But they can be coming right now. Yeah, I mean, you definitely do. But this is the way you're a hero. You care about a lot of different things, but one of the ways that you're a hero is that you provide people access to the money they need to achieve. And you know, I think that's very legitimate and it's critical. Mine's harder because sometimes what I'm selling is presence. I'm selling you I'm not selling what you say, I'm selling you being your best when you say it. And how you find that magical place where you can be confident even when you're not.
Yeah.
And that's what this is like. Every time you get up in front of the camera, there's this self-questioning that happens.
Right. Yeah,
You
it's a
have to
soft
get to that.
sell in your case.
Exactly.
But I think, again, for anyone watching this, what they need to understand is that you are an avatar, a representative, and part of the reason why you're here, besides just being an awesome guy, and it's an honor to have you here, is because I want everyone who's watching to see themselves in you.
Awesome.
Okay?
And I'm not, you know, some of the people that you've had, some of the guests, you got your John Asraf, you know, big time famous people that are really, really, you know, kicking butt and taking names. I'm halfway through this journey. Like I'm really in a good spot. Life works, the platform works, and it's going to be even better with the tools as I implement what you have. But you don't have to be, that's not the only version of success. I'm a lot like your customers. And actually one of the reasons that this product was such a turn on to me compared to, you know, always you're out there marketing and all these tools, but this spoke to me as an author. This is targeting my psychology, where I'm at technologically. And I don't know about, you know, some of the authors out there, there's this sort of queasy feeling you get with the whole idea of marketing yourself. I am not about marketing. But it is important. It's how I get to help. And so you have crossed that, you've bridged the gap for me and made it so that the things that are authentic to me can reach out to more people, and you've figured out, you're a hero in my story because I feel gross when I talk about pushing my services and marketing and all of that stuff. And you've bridged the gap so I can authentically ride across to helping more people and make more of a difference.
Yeah, no, this is for us, and I've talked about this. It is a shift. You know,
Yes.
I felt like, again, when I got ill and got my diagnosis, I was like, okay, if I had to leave a legacy behind, if this were it, where would I spend that time and what would I want to leave behind? It's like, I want to help people with the most valuable thing that doesn't require that I'm there to make it continue.
And that's one of the things that I really, really was touched by personally. I know you. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. I know who you are, and I have never seen a more authentic inner pull to help a certain group of people. And I felt honored that, oh my gosh, I'm in the group he wants to help. You know, and dude, I need some help. You know, so that was really cool. And plus, I've gotten a chance. I've been on the set for everybody else. You know, I've been on the set for 2 days, sitting in here, getting to know the people, and hang out and learning and watching and participating. And all of the people here are really sincere. I have this BS meter and this fear of getting in there and finding a bunch of people that are just in it to make the money. And what's really, really cool is it's your genuine vision to help people. It's implemented through genuine people that want to help everybody. I love this place. This is actually a better vibe than the original Digital Cafe. So I think you're right on that this really is something that a group you wanted to help, and this is who you made your main character, and you're a hero to them, and I think that's a big deal. And I want to buy a product from someone who really, really wants to see people like me happen, and it's so cool to know how true that is for you. Yeah,
no, it's because the world needs leaders and problem solvers now more than ever before.
Yes.
It's a giant gap. We need educators who are sharing, and I have a couple questions. So I want to first of all encourage you, please submit some questions for Dean and I. We've got a few moments left, but I see a couple. One of them, Livia asked, Mike, can this system be transferred into another language? And the answer is you can use these tools in any language that supports what we call the alphanumeric alphabet, okay? So,
can you do it for Klingon?
That would be, you know, you could use pictures. You could do some Klingon pictures, but we don't have this Klingon typeface as far as I know.
All right.
But in all sincerity, what you can do is you can deliver your products in any language you choose to. Okay, and then someone else says, does anyone know product launch formula? Okay, how does this differ from off their expert marketing machine? So Jeff is a great friend of mine. One of the things that we'll be doing during the product segment of this product, so I would say we complement product launch formula. Okay, now instant customer can be used to do product launches, and now that we have a real shopping cart, the ability to accept money, deliver product, you can do your launches in our system, you can deliver the products through our system, and again, you can keep the money. That's nice, and we show you the product creation process as well. Okay, so where product launch formula focuses on one specific thing, which is launching a product, but what we do inside the box, again, if you go through the 5 Ps, first of all, we help position you. So you can't really do a product launch unless you're properly positioned, because people won't value you. They're not going to know about you. They're not going to hear about you. Jeff Walker's really successful because he's well positioned. Now the next step is publishing. You need to be publishing some content, create a buzz about yourself, get the word out. Like one of the things that Dean and his partner Pete do really, really well is they are constantly publishing videos on their blog. They're broadcasting and giving away free training. Dean is out.
Can I hop in on
that
a second?
Yeah.
What we did is there's this. His name is Robert Dempsey. He's a mini mic. He fits in my pocket. Whereas you're too big to fit in my pocket. And Robert said, Dean, you guys are going to blog twice a week. And I'm going to do a keyword search. I'm going to figure out what people are searching for. You're going to integrate them into your title of the blog, and you're going to integrate them into the blog itself. And you're going to blog every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Some can be video blogs, some can be text blogs. And then we've got a system going, and the thing is, we have to maintain it. That part's a little hard because we try to give real, genuine content twice a week. I got Tuesday, Pete has Thursday, and but suddenly our massive traffic increased. So we're leveraging all of that stuff, and now we're positioning this audience ready to buy the book on November 1st.
Great. So when you combine our publishing tools or strategies with Traffic Geyser, which broadcasts your message all over the place, and we teach you how to publish on Kindle, for example. One of the questions came up, what about dealing with the printed copy? Look, I can show you how to do that. It's inside the box, because guess what? My book got uploaded and printed in 2 days, okay? These things arrived literally yesterday, and I had uploaded them 2 days before. We show you how to do that. There's no cost, there's no overhead, there's no investment, because Amazon will do it for you for free, all right? So then the next phase is product. Now you'll see what Dean did here. He took his know-how and his knowledge, and he finally created a product. We guide you through the product creation. So we're going to show you how to get your product built, and also we give you the tools to sell it. No one else in the world does what we do. Not combining these 3, not combining the 5 for sure. Finally, it's promote. Okay? Again, if you're doing a product launch, you got to promote. Well, we give you the tools, because built into Instant Customer is the autoresponder. We give you the shopping cart now. We give you a way to collect and build leads, to email, to send mobile text, to send voicemails, okay? It's all of the services you need all rolled into one place. You don't have to buy anything else.
And if any of you are thinking, oh my gosh, what if this is hard for me to do by myself? You've got to listen to this one point. I did it without this. It's harder. Okay. This is so much easier than doing it without this.
Yeah, we're going to show you a little video. We're going to show you a marketing machines demo, but our tools are designed. I built 5 tools for this system, okay? First of all, we've got the expert positioning system, okay? It's the instant expert machine. And then we've got the instant publishing machine, the instant product machine, and then the instant promo machine to build your list. And then finally the instant profit machine, which includes us promoting you. So everything you need, all the tools, all the training is in one place. Okay, so the next thing you have, I already covered the instant profit machine. So, what no one has ever been able to put all these together, because technically it simply wasn't possible. I don't think the training or we didn't have as many people connected with all these tools and resources. You got phones, you got tablets, you got computers now. The whole planet just about every person on the planet, 85% of the planet, has some form of access to the internet or data now through whether it's a small device or a computer. So that means the world is your marketplace. And this is one great question Mike Green asked. Now, I got to find him again. So he was just talking about, okay, 20 years retired NYPD detective, okay, 9/11 responder and survivor. Congratulations, thank you for serving.
That's the same person? Or is
Yep,
that two?
yep,
Wow.
and passionate about public safety, anti-terrorism, and law enforcement. So what ideas come to mind for me to use this? So I'm going to use Dean as the example for you, Mike. And again, I want everyone to open up their minds and say, okay, this sounds like me, because nobody's different. But Mike, you're passionate about something. It starts with enthusiasm and passion first, okay? It's going to make you real. It's going to make you believable. People are going to love you. They're going to connect with you and bond with you.
And your positioning is so great. You're a guy with a really amazing background and so what's unique about you is you. The business may not be inherently unique, but that's an interesting positioning for a person.
So here's what I'm going to tell you. Mike, I want you to write this down, and everyone else who's watching this right now, write this down. I'm going to give you the formula that can't fail, okay? I don't care what business you're in. All you need to do right now is write down and just sketch these out. Think of the top 3 stories that focus on the results you want. And you said it right here. You said public safety, anti-terrorism, and law enforcement. I want you to write down just the topics, the ideas, so you don't forget this. The top 3 stories, one about public safety, one about anti-terrorism, one about law enforcement. Okay? Now the fact of the matter is, when you write your book, I want you to have 10 stories. And you're going to have 10 points, 10 things you want to teach, 10 lessons. We'll call them modules, lessons, whatever they are. Inside your book, you're going to tell 10 stories that are life-changing. They were life-changing to you. They affected some other people's lives, and they get across the results you want, okay? Those are those 3 things. You got your book, buddy. And by the way, if you told your stories in video format and you talked about what happened and what occurred, look, man, you spent your time on the street as an NYPD guy, okay? As a detective, I guarantee you got stories coming out of your, and those are stories that can transform lives, because you can teach kids, you can teach young adults, you can teach adults. And your stories are what's going to transform lives. It's not about facts, okay? Dean is a professional storyteller. It's why he's so captivating. And, once you get to meet him and you see him on stage at a live event, you're really going to see what a remarkable human being he is and why he's here, okay? It's the truth, okay? Now you're going to notice, I'll take one brief commercial break, but inside the box, we haven't even announced, but I have done almost 24 interviews with other remarkable people. They're inside the membership site. They're going to be released as bonuses. Hint, hint, okay? So my objective, my goal is to potentially interview you. But what you need to do is you need to publish something first. You need to rise up and show how you're using the system to transform lives, just like Dean has, just like all of our other guests have, so you can be sitting here at Digital Cafe, so you can come spend some time on our stage, so we can feature you in our website, because you are an expert. The world needs to hear your message, and I've given you a platform, the tools, the resources, and the training to do it. So, you got to join us first if you're going to get inside here. But the bottom line, Mike, is you start with your 10 stories, that's your book. You start telling those stories, you make your videos, that's the positioning machine. Then you got the publishing machine. Well, guess what? Your 10 chapters, your 10 lessons become modules in a product. And you can be doing what Dean's doing, which is just imagine you being able to go out to a group, a meetup, and you'll say, I'd love to speak to your group, and I'd love to provide books for all 300 people who are there, okay?
People will listen to you. They will want to hear it from you, and it can be fast. You can just move right into it. And the great thing that you helped me see about books today, you can keep editing. You can update the book constantly. It's nothing to make an update to the book, and so you can move fast. Don't worry about it being perfect. Get it done and get out there, because you're what's perfect. We just need to get you out there so that people can bond with you and take on your message.
So here's what I want to share with you too, Mike, is this book right now, I have these delivered. It took 2 days for Amazon to print them and mail them to me, okay? It's using one of the systems and tools we show you inside the system. My cost per book was $2.14, okay? So you can be making them available. Like when you get paid for your books, Dean, what are you charging?
About $20 a book, and they
Okay.
cost me about, since it's kind of a big, it's a 275-page book or something like that. It cost about $425.
Okay.
So I mean, it's a pretty substantial profit selling a book.
But that's the book.
I was profitable with my first book sale.
Okay.
I mean-
Well, you got that. But then when you do the product, now with our instant product machine, you're able to set it up and deliver everything digitally. You get to keep all the money. So what you're able to do is go in and give people your trainings and your teaching. So your speaking gig can be like Dean's, where he's basically making $12,000, but then they might want to work one-on-one with you.
Yeah.
So that'll turn into consulting opportunities. And because you're a product creator, because you're a published author, you're not struggling to get paid $500. Instead, you're saying, my rates are $5,000. Okay? Take it or leave it. It gives you walkaway power because now you're positioned properly. I just increased your value by 10 times. So Mike, I just want you to say, and Brendan just joined us, by the way. I want to give a big shout out because Brendan Burchard, one of my very best friends.
Oh.
By the way, Brendan, this is Dean Hyers.
Hey.
This is my business partner from Traffic Geyser, from Digital Cafe rather, for 10 years. Flew in here.
He's always talking about you. It's, yeah.
So here's what we want to do, and he says, hey, buddy, looking good. So here's what's important. Brendan has been an inspiration, and he's also been a tester because the instant publishing machine has been a tool that Brendan's been able to leverage and use, but Brendan's been the inspiration. He was very kind to say, look, why don't you use, and it's totally cool with me to model what I've been doing to sell the Millionaire Messenger and the Charge book and build that into the tools. And besides being a fantastic supporter and promoter of the system and this product, I believe Brendan Burchard is the next biggest thing in personal development. He is the new king, and he is the smartest author marketer alive today. I'll go on the record as saying that, and he's an inspiration to me, and I just love you, man. So thank you for coming and showing up. So, and then for Mike Green, he just said it made some help, and Raphael's saying he's the real deal. So there you go. I just from the bottom of my heart, Brendan's just been a great supporter, especially obviously while I've been going through this transition personally. So, so let's see if there's anything else, Dean, that you want to.
All I want to say is think about this from as many angles as sales go every direction. You have to. This is a platform, and you are part of your platform. So a big part of it is developing your own presence, your personal brand, making sure that people see you a certain way. I started going to presentations, and I don't wear my hat in a presentation, but I wear my hat when I go to places. And somebody came up and said, "Oh, hey, I knew it was you. I couldn't remember what you looked like, but I spotted the hat." And suddenly it dawned on me, I have to make sure that I'm visible.
Right.
So these things.
Branding is part of your visible branding.
Absolutely.
As well.
So we brand our platform. We brand through our platform. We brand ourselves. And if you're authentic to yourself, this isn't some big phony game. This is being true to myself and being visible as that through the product, through the brand. Think of your ability to communicate and present and your personal presence. All of this stuff is part of your platform. And if you're true to yourself, it's fun. It's exciting. It's just fantastic. And you've been a huge boost to me understanding the parts I was doing right and the things I was missing.
All right.
So you filled so many blind spots, and I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Love you, brother.
Love you too, man. It's an honor to be here.
It's good. Welcome back, Digital Cafe.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little video. I'm going to show you one of the marketing machines in a moment, but we want to welcome some new guests, some people who have just joined us. We got Diane from Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. Thank you. Another person from outside the U.S. We got Dorothy from North Carolina. We've got Dushan finally joined us. I know I've been watching you here in Canada. We got Julio from Waukesha, Wisconsin. Oh, we got another Midwestern boy here. Look at this. Leonardo from Zurich, Switzerland. Congratulations.
We had somebody, Dinah, look at that. Lynn.
All right, Lynn.
Do I know you, Lynn?
Yeah, Lynn Rekvig. Oh, yeah, we got the good Swedish girl there. Yeah, that's right there.
I'm in St. Paul.
Yeah, sure, you betcha.
Yeah, that's right there. And we should have Pepe read the next one. But we got Marie Carmen from Mexico City, which is awesome. Okay, check us out. We got Michelle from Morgan, Utah, and Russell from Bethesda, Maryland. And so here's the deal. You got to meet... I was just going to call you Brendan. So you got to meet Dean.
I'm the new Brendan.
But here's what's... Here's what's super cool. You're going to get... And we got to see this. So we've got John Astraf's going to be speaking at our live event in February. We've got Dean's going to be coming to speak at the live event in February. We've got some other folks who are coming that I haven't even announced yet, and Brendan is going to be there as well. I want to make sure, Brendan, you're still in, right? Okay, let us know. But he's going to be there as well. And let's see. So we've got just amazing folks who are going to be speaking at the live event.
Get in
all you
on
got to do
this
is get in.
Be here with us, and we're all part of the same network.
So we got options for you. Got single pay, triple. We got a 6-pay right now. All you got to do is click the yellow button before we run out. Let me show those boxes again. I'm going to do an update in a second, but let's go to the computer screen real fast. Switch to that. Okay, that's how many we had left. We had 3 times as many boxes when we began, so we're already down to a third. We're shipping them right out of our offices here in San Diego. That way we can get them out really fast. We got people who are on who have already received theirs, and they're like, awesome! So it is awesome. So here's the deal. Dean's inside the community. He's inside. I have interviews with Dean that you're going to have access to that'll be released very shortly, and you're going to get to meet him at the live event. Yeah. So you got to get your behind over here to San Diego, second weekend in February at the live event. But man, we got a great product for you. Dean?
We'll all be in this together.
Let's show a little video.
Yeah.
So let's cut to that. We've got a video showing you one of the marketing machines right now. Check it out.